And we're back. Today we are continuing with our series of the 6 Ravine Challenge at Shade State Park in central Indiana. We are working on the Kickapoo Ravine today. As you can see from the map, we're just doing a short section. So hang on, here we go. So once again, we're back at Shade State Park, starting on Trail 7. So we came around from where we ended last time on Trail 8, and we walked around by Sugar Creek, and then this one coming in to here can be a little difficult to find sometimes. It really does just look like it's part of the creek, and with everything grown up like it is today, it was kind of a guess. So, but it was a good guess. I've been here before. So we're coming through trying to decide which way I want to go. Do I want to go down across the creek? Do I want to go up? Hey, I guess I chose to go down. It's not always really clear. It's kind of part of the good thing about hiking in the shades. It's getting a little cooler, so I feel like the ticks probably aren't around, so I'm not as worried. Probably also wearing long pants for the first time of the year, coming through here, watching out for spider webs. Jiminy Christmas, do I hate running a face into spider webs. Walking through this creek bed. So this is the Kickapoo Ravine. So similar to how Shawnee Canyon got its name. Oh, look, there is to the easy side of Trail 7, but no easy side for you today. That is cordoned off. Evidently, I think the stairs had a tree or something fall on them and it broke the stairs. Let's see, do I go back? Yeah, a little bit. Can we see it? Oh yeah, you can see where the stairs are all caved in over there. So anyway, going on. Shawnee Canyon, Kickapoo Ravine. How'd they get their names? So, it should be obvious, but it's kind of a guess at the same time that these are from Native American tribes who did live in the area, or at least came through the area at some point in the history. So that's all I could really find. There was no information on that. But again, this is Shade State Park, the 15th of the Indiana state parks. I think it was created in 1947. So it's a nice park. So I talked about Shawnee being a canyon and Kickapoo being a ravine. And if you go back and look at the Shawnee Canyon video, it really isn't all that much different. But I did go and say, what is the difference between a canyon and a ravine? Because, I have my ideas, but who the hey am I? So, I went on the internet, as we do, and it says canyons are characterized by their grand scale and steep sides. And I thought about it, in the Shawnee Canyon, yeah, the sides might have been a little steeper, but grand scale, I'm not so sure. I remember reading when I was doing the Shawnee Canyon one that some people consider Shawnee Canyon to be the Grand Canyon of Indiana, and that made me laugh a little bit. I have hiked in the Grand Canyon, and all I know is it was a lot more effort hiking in the Grand Canyon, and it was so much bigger than what we saw in Shawnee Canyon in the last video. Not to say it is a pretty canyon, but then a ravine. Let me see, what does it say about ravines? Ravines, on the other hand, are smaller, narrower valleys more commonly formed by streams or minor geological shifts, may not exhibit the same dramatic scale as canyons. I still have to chuckle about the dramatic scale of Shawnee Canyon. And you know, as I said, I've hiked in the Grand Canyon. I've been to Copper Canyon down in Chihuahua, Mexico, which is something like 6 times bigger than the Grand Canyon. Evidently, they just don't have the same advertising budget to get people to come out to Copper Canyon. But so what we're looking for on this video, we're watching for the sign for Kickapoo Ravine. Sometimes when I'm hiking these, I get my head down and I kind of miss the sign. We'll be coming up in a few minutes because I did not miss it in this instance, thankfully. I don't know what I was groaning about. Oh, I got my stepped in a puddle. I like to keep my feet dry. The first time I step in a puddle, it's kind of horrible because, you know, it's cold and it's wet. And after that first time, it's whatever. I still don't like getting my feet all that wet. Man, I just realized I complain a lot when I'm talking about this. There's a lot I really enjoy doing out here. And, you know, as long as I don't fall down, I'm pretty much okay. I hate to say that sometimes I do just fall down. Well, I guess I don't just fall down. There's always something that causes it. But this is a pretty good trail. You can see it is fairly rugged. Last week I hiked Trail 2 in the shades for the first time ever. I didn't even know it was over there. And, you know, this part of Trail 7 and the part of Trail 8 through Shawnee Canyon is labeled as rugged. Trail 2 is marked as either very rugged or extremely rugged, something like that. And yeah, there was a lot to it. And I got a little lost because I never bring a map out with me. But that's okay too. And of course, this is the order that I do this challenge. I like to go around Trail 8 first, probably because that's the way I went the first time I came out here. I'm sure some people like to do it in a different order. There's nothing wrong with that. How do you claim your prize when you complete this? Well, first you have to take pictures. There's our Kickapoo Ravine sign. There you go. Whew! Sat there and just like to hear myself talking. So you take your pictures of your 6 locations, and then I think you can go to the guardhouse at the entry to the park here and pay your $1, and they will give you the 6 Ravine Challenge sticker. There was no one there when I did this originally, so I drove over to Turkey Run to the nature center because Turkey Run has a nature center, and they're somewhat related to the shades. And so showed them my pictures and got my sticker from them. And, you know, in life, there's not a whole lot that's better than getting stickers. And maybe that's part of my childishness. I don't care. Judge me if you will. But I like stickers. Don't know what I'm going to do with them other than stick them on something, I guess. But I think we got another minute or so here till we're going to get to the end of our rugged portion of Trail 7. You can see it looks like it's evening out here a little bit. Sometimes the scrambling is nice. Sometimes I'm over the scrambling. But here we go. This is an actual trail. I evidently chose not to walk in the stream. And there's the stairway. So the stairs, we got to go up the stairs. They mark the end of this section. Over to the right are some other stairs, and that will take us back to Trail 8. So here we are. That's it for today. Thanks for joining us. So here we go. This is some trash I picked up at Shades, not necessarily on this visit, because who wants to look at the same bag of trash every time? Who wants to look at a bag of trash every time? Follow up. This is the park map of all the trails and things that go on at the park. I thought I'd include that as well. So thanks again. I hope you go out and visit your state parks wherever you are because they do need your support. See you next time. Thank you.